Hello friends, we are going to take a look at the 4.2 quizzes on solving using substitution. So here's this first question. We have x plus y equals 0 and y equals 3x minus 4. Now the first step in substitution is to get one of the variables alone. And in this problem, we already have y by itself, and we see that it's equal to 3x minus 4. So we can take 3x minus 4 and plug it in for y in the first equation. So that's going to look like x plus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. So the equation that we would use to solve this system using substitution is right there. X plus 3x minus 4 equals 0. So go ahead and click that option. Make sure you're checking the placement because sometimes the answers are scrambled. Question 2, we're going to use what we just made to solve the system. So we had x plus 3x minus 4 equals 0. We can just distribute that positive 1 to drop the parentheses, so nothing will change. X plus 3x can be combined using like terms since they both have an x and they're being added. 1x plus 3x gets us 4x minus 4 equals 0. We're wanting to solve for x, so we want to move this minus 4 to the other side. And then we get 4x equals 0 plus 4, which is 4. So 4 times what gets us 4? And we can divide both sides by 4 to check that yes, that equals 1. So our x coordinate is going to be 1. So we know it's not going to be this or this one. It is either going to be 1 comma 1 or 1 negative 1. So we can look back at either of our first equations and take 1 for x and plug it in. So 1 plus y is 0. So what plus 1 gets us 0? Well, if we subtract 1 on both sides, we'll see that y has to be negative 1. So here is our answer, 1 comma negative 1. Go ahead and select that when you're ready. And here we are at number 3. A system of equations is shown. What equation could be used to solve the system? Now for this one, notice they're both set equal to y. They're both in the form y equals, right? So what we can do is we can take one of the expressions on the other side and plug it in for y. If both of these expressions equal y, then that means 4x minus 2 must equal 5x minus 6. So we have 4x minus 2 equals 5x minus 6, and that is what we will use to solve it by substitution. And using that same equations that we just have, let's solve for what that x value is going to be. So for this, we want to get our x's on the same side of the equation. So I can move this negative 2 first by adding 2 to both sides. Bring down that 4x. Negative 2 plus 2 cancels to 0, and it's equal. Bring down that 5x. Negative 6 plus 2 is a minus 4. Then we're going to subtract 5x from both sides to get those x's together. 4x minus 5x is going to be a negative 1x, and that's equal to negative 4. Last step would be to divide both sides by negative 1. So we get x equals a positive 4. So we're going to choose that option of our x is going to be a positive 4 value. Beautiful. Oops. Select that and clear the board, and we'll go to question 5. A system of linear equations is shown. We have y equal to negative x plus 7. and 7x plus y equals 1. Now we already know what y is equal to. We don't have to solve for it. So we can just plug that in for our y in the second equation. So we have 7x plus, now our y that we're plugging in is this negative x plus 7, and it's going to be equal to 1, right? We used this equation here and plugged in for y. So we have 7x minus an x plus a 7 equals 1, to just drop the parentheses. 7x minus minus x plus 7 equals 1. There we go. And to find the x coordinate of that same system on question 6, we can first combine 7x minus x. So 7x minus 1x will leave us with a 6x plus 7 equals 1. We want to bring this positive 7 to the other side. So we're going to do that by subtracting. Bring down that 6x. I'm just going to write it up here. Brought that down. 7 minus 7 is 0. And 1 minus 7 is a negative 6. Both sides, to get rid of that 6 that's multiplying by the x, we're going to do our opposite operation and divide both sides by 6. Sorry, you can't really see the yellow. There we go. 6 divided by 6 is 1. So we just have 1x equals negative 6 divided by 6 is a negative 1. So our x coordinate of the solution would be negative 1. Beautiful. A system of equations is shown. What is the equation that could be used to solve the system? Again, we already have y solved for. It equals 8x plus 9. Beautiful. Let's take that expression and plug it in to our second equation. So we have 5x minus y, but we know that y is 8x plus 9 according to our top equation, and that is going to equal 3. And we see that option, it's still in parentheses, so that's what we're looking for in our answers. 5x minus 8x plus 9 equals 3 for question 7. Brilliant. And now to solve for the x coordinate here, the first thing we would want to do is distribute, oops, let me erase that box, there we go. We want to distribute that negative sign. So we get 5x minus an 8x minus a 9 equals 3. We can combine our like terms. 5x minus 8x is a negative 3x. Minus 9 equals 3, copying it down. We want to move this negative 9 to the opposite side of the equation. We're going to do that by doing our opposite operation, which is addition. Negative 9 plus 9 cancels to 0. And we just have negative 3x equals 3 plus 9, which is 12. So negative 3 times x equals 12. Last step, we can divide both sides by negative 3, and we get 1x equals 12 divided by negative 3, which is a negative 4. And there's our answer for question 8. Beautiful. 2 more questions left. Y'all got this? A system of equations is shown. Which one could we use to solve by substitution? Y equals 2x minus 1. We already have y solved for. So we're going to plug that in for y in our first equation. So we had x minus y equals 0. And we know that y is the same or equal to 2x minus 1. So x minus 2x minus 1 equals 0. None of our answers have parentheses. So we just want to distribute this negative to accurately get our equation. Oop, wow, my mouse is being weird. Okay. Hey. We have an x minus a 2x. Distribute that negative, turns it to a positive 1 equals 0. 1x minus 2x is a negative x plus 1 equals 0. Oh, sorry, it didn't want us to solve yet. So this is actually where we're stopping, at x minus 2x plus 1 equals 0. X minus 2x plus 1 equals 0. There it is. Beautiful. And our final question in the quizzes today is solving this same system using substitution. So now we're going to do our x minus 2x, which gets us a negative 1x plus 1 equals 0. We can add that x over to make it positive and see that x equals 1, or we can subtract 1 on both sides and do it in 2 steps, and we'd get negative x equals a negative 1. Divide both sides by negative 1 to get x equals 1. So our coordinate is 1 comma something. So we know already it cannot be those two options. X minus y equals 0, and we have a 1 is our x minus y equals 0. And I can just add y to both sides to solve for our y coordinate, and we would get 1 equals y. So the point is going to be 1 comma 1. Make sure you are finishing this Quizizz up and submitting it into Schoology. If you have any questions, if this is tricky for you, if you need support, please reach out to me and let me know. I am here to help. Okay? Y'all rock it this week. Keep doing it, keep doing your thing, and know that I'm here for any support. Bye, friends.